When you think grandma, you picture a sweet woman with hugs, cookies, and endless wisdom, right? Well, forget it. In cartoons, grandmas can be twisted, cruel, and sometimes straight up monsters, selling out their grandkids or using them as punching bags. Still, not all hope is lost. For every nightmare Nana, there's a guardian angel, loving, protective, and utterly supportive. Today, we're ranking cartoon grandmas on 3 criteria: love, protectiveness, and support. From the demonic F tiers to the God tier S tiers. Let's get into it. F tier, the absolute worst. Alright, let's start off at the bottom of the barrel, way down in the fiery pits of the F tier. These are the grandmas who aren't just unloving, they are actively, horribly malicious. First up, we've got a character who really puts the monster in Monster-in-Law. Barbra Pewterschmidt from Family Guy. Babs is a Holocaust survivor, which you'd think would give her some empathy, but nope. Her affection for her grandkids, Meg, Chris, and Stewie, is pretty much zero. She's way more concerned with her social standing, her joke of a marriage to Carter, and her not-so-secret affairs. Her relationship with her own daughter, Lois, is dripping with passive aggression, and any support she offers the family is purely manipulative. She's a black hole of warmth and a master of the backhanded compliment, making her a shining example of grandmotherly indifference. But even Babs looks like a saint compared to our next entry, Grandma Stotch from South Park. In a town filled with deeply disturbed adults, Butters' grandmother might just be the cruelest. In her one horrifying appearance in the episode Butterballs, she acts like a sweet, frail old woman in public. But behind closed doors, she relentlessly torments poor Butters verbally and physically. She trips him, steals his money, and seems to get a sick thrill from his suffering. Her reason? A twisted idea of toughening him up. But all it really shows is a bitterness so shocking it stands out even for South Park. She's not just neglectful, she's a predator in her own home, making her an undisputed F-tier monster. D tier. Limited, lackluster, and largely lame. Moving up a step to D tier, we find the grandmas who aren't pure evil, but their love and support are so minimal you'd need a microscope to find it. This is where we see Jacqueline Bouvier from The Simpsons. Marge's mom is the queen of criticism and the definition of a downer. You'll almost never see her crack a smile, and her default mode is a gravelly, sarcastic complaint. While she has rare fleeting moments of affection for Bart, Lisa, and Maggie, she's mostly distant and emotionally checked out. Her protectiveness is non-existent, and her support usually comes with a high dose of judgment. She's not actively trying to hurt her family like the F tiers, but getting emotional support from her is like trying to find water in a desert. Joining her in D tier is Minka Kropotkin from Rugrats. As the grandmother in the Pickles family, Minka is a lot. She and her husband Boris are walking caricatures of old-world Eastern Europeans, constantly bickering and telling confused stories about the old country. Minka does love Tommy and Dill, but it's often in her own quirky, distracted way. She's more likely to be found arguing with Boris or getting lost in a memory than providing any real emotional connection. Sure, she's protective and she's not a bad person, but her support is just too inconsistent to rank any higher. C tier. The Mixed Bag Matriarchs. Welcome to C tier, the land of it's complicated. These grandmas definitely have love in their hearts, but it comes with some serious strings attached. First, let's talk about Mona Simpson from The Simpsons. Homer's mom is the total opposite of Jacqueline Bouvier. She's warm, smart, and deeply loving. When she's actually there, she connects beautifully with her grandkids. So why is she only in C tier? Because she's never there. As a fugitive on the run for her hippie activism, Mona abandoned Homer as a kid and has been in hiding ever since. Her absence is her grandmotherly role. She loves her family fiercely, but because of her life choices, she can't offer any consistent protection or support. A great person, but a tragically flawed grandmother. Next up is Gloria Genaro from Bob's Burgers. We mostly only see Linda's mom in flashbacks and hear stories about her, but it's clear she's a warm, caring woman who adores her family. The problem? She's a meddler. Gloria's love comes with a heavy dose of being overbearing, a trait that she definitely passed down to Linda. She means well, but her pushy nature often creates more problems than it solves. Finally, we have Tilly Hill from King of the Hill. Hank Hill's mother is a kind woman who managed to escape an awful marriage to the insufferable Cotton Hill. She clearly loves both Hank and Bobby, but she still has a tough-love traditionalist style that can be a bit much. She's protective and supportive, but usually through actions instead of words, and she sometimes treats her 40-year-old son like he's still a boy. Her heart is in the right place, but her occasionally clueless and volatile nature lands her squarely in the C tier. B tier, the solidly sweet grandmas. Now we're getting into the good stuff. B-tier grandmas are reliably warm, affectionate, and supportive figures in their grandchildren's lives. And who better to start with than Grandma Squarepants from Spongebob SquarePants? She is the absolute classic cookie-baking, sweater-knitting grandma. She smothers SpongeBob with kisses and affection, and her whole world seems to revolve around making her grandson happy. So why isn't she higher? Well, her doting can sometimes cross into embarrassing territory, like in the episode Grandma's Kisses, where SpongeBob feels he needs to be treated like an adult. She learns her lesson, of course, telling him he doesn't have to be a baby to get her love, but that lack of awareness keeps her out of the top tiers. A tier, the exemplary elders. A tier grandmas are truly top-notch. They're fiercely protective, deeply loving, and will drop everything to support their families. Kicking off the A tier is the one and only Grandma Gertie from Hey Arnold. On the surface, Pookie seems eccentric, scatterbrained, and like she's living in her own little world. But when it comes to Arnold, her love is a force of nature. She's fiercely protective of her short man. This is a grandma who will put on a karate gi, learn martial arts, and even break the law if it means helping or defending Arnold. She provides a home filled with chaotic love and unwavering encouragement, serving as both hilarious comic relief and a deep well of emotional support. Before we get to the absolute angels of the S tier, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe if you're enjoying the ranking. And let me know in the comments, who do you think deserves to be in the S tier? S tier, the saintly matriarchs. And now the moment you've been waiting for, the S tier. These are the God tier grandmas, the ones who embody unconditional love, wisdom, and support that feels almost otherworldly. And we have Nana from Bluey. As Bluey and Bingo's grandmother, Nana is the embodiment of pure, patient, and playful love. She lives by one simple rule. At her house, everyone gets what they want. While she might feel her methods are a bit outdated, she's always willing to learn from her grandkids, even mastering the floss dance via video call. In the episode Handstand, she feels a bit lost until she finds a purpose in simply being there for Bingo, showing that her love isn't about grand gestures, but about quiet presence and connection. She is the ultimate source of warmth and fun, a perfect, comforting grandmother. So there you have it. From the monstrously cruel to the divinely loving, the world of cartoon grandmas is a wild and unpredictable ride. These characters show us that a matriarch can be just as complex, flawed, and heroic as any other character. They reflect the best and sometimes the worst of our own families, reminding us that grandmotherly love isn't always about cookies and hugs. Sometimes it's about having cosmic energy powers. What do you think of my list? Did I miss anyone? Who's your S-tier cartoon grandma? Let me know your full ranking in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of animation. Until next time.